Hi guys, my name is Kevin, and today I will be presenting my info security presentation on Epic Mychart. So, what is Epic Mychart? Epic Mychart is a patient-facing mobile application used by hospitals and clinics to run their electronic health system record keeping. This app allows users to view their lab results and their medical records. It allows them to message their doctors, manage appointments, pay bills, access telehealth visits, and it also allows users to connect third-party wearables, such as Fitbit and Apple Watch, to track their health. A list of permissions that MyChart uses will be the location, camera, microphone, contacts, photos, media storage, Bluetooth notification, biometrics, network, and device ID. So the permissions that are not necessary will be contacts, Bluetooth, and location. And the most necessary ones, the very basic ones that you need to have on, will be network access, biometrics to log in, and notifications. So if compromised, this is the list of things that could be potentially exposing to users. If is compromised location that could be used for stalking or social engineering. Camera could be used to expose image of ID card, personal documents, your face or your house. The microphone could be used for eavesdropping on conversations, and as you know, that's a very, very big HIPAA concern. Um, if contacts is compromised, your attacker could use your contacts for phishing. Um, Photos and storage, you could get all that stuff leaked. Biometrics could be used for unauthorized logins. This is kind of rare, but it's still possible. And then if your network or device ID is compromised, it could be used to track other profiles across other devices that you might have. So the end user license agreement summary, um, it basically went in to explain that MyChart is not the official medical record. It's kind of a portal where patients can just access most of their stuff and kind of get like a sneak peek of, not a sneak peek, but like kind of like a quick um, rundown of how your visit went that day and all that stuff. But it's not the official medical record. This app will share data with your health care provider and Epic, the actual company. Um, One part of the end user license agreement is that it will not be used for emergencies. They can collect logs and analytics for troubleshooting. The user is responsible for securing their device. Epic is not liable for most damages. They may terminate access anytime, and all third-party integrations, Fitbit, Apple Health, and pharmacies, they all have their own privacy policies. What I found interesting about this is that the end user license agreement shifts all security responsibility pretty much onto the user. They really have broad rights to collect system data and all the metadata, and they disclaim responsibility for data breaches that originate from third-party services. So the changes that I'd make as a app provider, in this case, the perspective of Epic, I'd make permissions an opt-in kind of toggle, and I'd make it have really clear explanations. That way, the user kind of knows what they're getting into. I'd limit diagnostic collection only to what's needed. I'd add really simple language, so again, more user understanding. It's easier for someone to understand what they're agreeing to, and just offering third-party transparency, especially with their integrations with Fitbit, Apple Watch, and all that. Um, the bring your own device risks. The app handles highly sensitive data that could violate HIPAA policy if leaked. If the phone is compromised, an attacker could extract medical info, device logs, and all the metadata. Um, App opens attack surface through permissions, so your camera, your mic location could be exposed. Notification often contains protected health information, so lab results and messages. So if somebody at work gets a notification that it pops up, somebody might see it that shouldn't be seeing it. And if it's synced to a company email, there might be some patient health protected health information that might be exposed, which is again a huge liability for all that HIPAA compliance stuff. So, should the organization allow MyChart on company devices? In my opinion, I don't think so. I think that this app really contains some really personal data. It's really high risk if it's managed by IT, and I think that people could get potentially into some people's charts and start looking at their stuff, which obviously is not compliant. And it's really just unnecessary for business purposes. I think most of the things that need to be done can be used by or can be done with an actual workstation, and it doesn't have to be um, on a mobile device. Um, incidents. There have been incidents with hospitals like UW Health, Kaiser, and Sutter Health that have reported breaches. This has happened through credential stuffing, phishing, weak passwords, and third-party compromises. Um, but through my research with this, the takeaway is the app is secure, but often users are the weakest link, as with most things. So that gets into what I would do in terms of that is just make sure to double down on employee training and make sure that people know what they're using and user training maybe through some sort of tutorial and really just hammer down hey, you can only access certain things or else um, you might be leaking a bunch of stuff that we don't want to. So here are my references and thank you very much.